Hi, welcome to the Coach's Corner. This is Coach Jeff Herron of the Wildcats. I'm Brent Blunt, the host. Coach, you started off the game good with another big win. I know that's got 53-7 over Ocala Vanguard. I know you got to be excited about that.
Well, we played pretty well. Wasn't perfect again, but got off to a bit of a shaky start there. They busted a long run right off the bat and had the ball down inside our 5-yard line. And we got a turnover and were able to drive 99 yards and then kind of got control from that point. So, like always, we saw some real good things. We saw some things we need to work on, and but we came out of it relatively injury-free, and that's a good thing. And a good win over another quality opponent. They were a much better team than I think maybe we thought going into it.
Right. I know it seemed, watching the game, that first drive that you referenced kind of helped open the kids' eyes and kind of got them focused a little bit after they, kind of popped that long run and got it down there. That kind of got the attention because Cameron kind of really, focused hard after that and took control, as you said.
Well, it was a strange week, and we practiced on Monday. I guess we started inside and then went outside. On Tuesday, we started outside and finished inside. On Wednesday, we got in the middle of practice and just had to quit because of weather. And then Thursday, I took them inside because it was so daggone humid. So we'd had a really strange week of practice. We had a strange day Friday. We had some discipline issues we had to deal with that we don't like to deal with on Fridays or any day. But so it was just kind of a weird feeling all week long, and I was really concerned about it. It had been a short week, and all that, but. I don't know if that's what woke us up, who knows, but, when you're dealing with 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, who knows, sometimes, and it did, from that point on, we did seem to wake up and play a little better.
I've been impressed a lot with the offensive line through the first two games. They've done real well blocking, opening up some holes. The running game is obviously the main focus of the offense, and I thought that they've done real well considering we lost several starters last year.
Well, they have blocked well, and we're not perfect there, but it's a very complicated offense. But I think Coach Slattery's done a great job with them early, like he always does, and I think that's going to be one of the strengths of our team before it's all said and done.
What talking about some of the individual players, Calvarez Besson had another good game. He had the pick off down there by the end, I believe, in the end zone or right around there. What were some of the other individual players that you thought maybe stood out?
Well, I'll start with Bryce. Kicking the ball. I think he had 8 kickoffs. All of them went in the end zone. He was really kicking well the other night. Calvarez, as you mentioned, played well, although on that particular play it was 4th down. In a perfect world, we knocked that ball down instead of intercepted there because we turned around and turned it over about 2 plays later and gave up a touchdown. So, but Calvarez has had 2 really good games back-to-back. Chris Williams has had a good game. Grant Gabriel, who got hurt returning an interception, was playing exceptionally well up to that point. Sean Hutchinson played a very good game on defense. Offensively, we had a bunch of guys, but Luke Griffiths again and Mikey Call on the offensive line had good games. I thought all of them blocked well. Tyler Rawls, really his first action, played pretty well. Antonio Wimbush, I think he averaged 30-something yards on punt returns the other night, just a sophomore for us. So, there's a lot of kids, certainly don't want to leave any of them out. But, we had some guys hurt, didn't get to play. We had some guys with some other issues, didn't get to play. But the guys that went in stepped up and did a great job.
Special teams is always something, a lot of times gets overlooked. We always seem to do a good job with special teams. I remember our first game there, we had a situation where I don't know that we blocked the punt, but it rushed it pretty good to the point where he messed up a little bit. You mentioned Bryce kicking it through the end zone. How important, and how much do y'all really focus on that? Because it does seem like it can really turn the game around.
Well, we tell our kids it starts there. I said to them in pregame, we were doing punt, and I said, hey, it's a 40-yard play. It's more important than any play on offense, any play on defense. And, that's how we start practice every day. We start with special teams, and, we want our kids to be proud of being a part of that. We give out award stickers, little things, all kinds of stuff for it. And hopefully we're going to be better than everybody in special teams. Now, as the year wears on, there's going to be some people that put a lot of emphasis on it too, I'm sure, but I just think it's critical, and we're not where we need to be with it yet, but we're getting there.
Looking ahead to the coming game, we've got Johnson, I believe, coming from Savannah. How healthy are we going into that game? I know Grant Gabriel got hurt there. I don't know exactly what his injury was, but I saw working on him on the sidelines. And then we still have Jared Davis, if he's back 100%, and then J.P. Vonshek hasn't come back yet. Can you talk a little bit about going into this game where we're at injury-wise?
Well, we certainly are a little more banged up than we would normally be at this time of the year, for whatever reason. But you mentioned Jared. Jared's back playing full-time. He's just not playing at the level he's capable of yet. And, when you don't do anything all summer, that's going to happen. But, every day he's going to get better in that regard. And we hope, time we get to region, he'll be clicking on all cylinders. JP, you mentioned, we hope to have him back. He goes back to the doctor this week. Who knows? We hope. We're hoping for next week so he can get a chance to kind of get into the flow before we start the region. Anthony Johnson has a groin injury that's bothering him a little bit from the other night. Mikey Call had a hip injury bothering him a little bit from the other night. Of course, Grant, you mentioned, is the most severe. He dislocated his elbow. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Doctor said, could be 2 weeks, could be 6, 8 weeks. So we'll have to see. But he was playing awfully well when that happened. But a few bumps and bruises. But all in all, we're hanging in there, and it's part of the game. And when somebody gets hurt, somebody else got to take their place.
Sure. Going into these next 2 games, we're playing some teams that we're used to playing from our own region. How do you get to, knowing that, that these opponents may not be as tough as some of the ones we're going to face coming up with the Region 1? How do you get the people to, how do you get the players to not lose focus and stay focused on what we're doing?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is focus on ourselves. Whether we play Johnson this week, Beach next week, whatever, we're trying to get better every day. And so our practice, it's going to be intense this week, maybe more than it will be when we get to Valdosta. But we're trying to get better right now and trying to fix things that we've done wrong. So, who we play Friday night's irrelevant to us. Right now it's just on Tuesday we got to get better. On Wednesday we got to get better. And our kids have been pretty good at handling that in the past. It's not a new issue for us, But having Johnson and Beach here coming here back to back, both of them are, they're going to play hard. They're going to give us their best effort and all that. Are we favorites? Sure. But we're lucky that we get these home games, and people don't have to travel, spend all that gas money. The band gets concessions, the cheerleaders get to sell programs. We get to play at home, so there's a lot of benefits to playing them. But like you said, we can't lose focus and go backwards. As long as we're getting better in practice, it will be okay.
What can we expect out of Adam Johnson? Looking at them on, what do they look like this year? What are some maybe the strengths and things that we need to look for?
Well, Johnson's really improved in the last couple of years. They've got the same coach now, Coach Baldwin, for several years, about 3 or 4, and he's really, they're doing the same things now that they did last year, which is a great sign for them. They're a spread team, very athletic. Huge receiver that's a very good football player, and they've got a lot of athletes on both sides of the ball, offense, defense. Now they took it on the chin pretty good the other night up at Richmond Hill, and how will they respond to that, I don't know. But athletically, they're capable of having some big plays and causing some problems.
Well, hopefully we'll have the same results. So far, we're 2-0, and hopefully go to 3-0 after next week, and we can get the fans to come out and support like we did last week. Having the big crowd always helps, and look forward to seeing Friday night versus Johnson.
So it's also Rec League night this Friday
Okay.
night, so we'll recognize all of our Rec League kids at the beginning of the game, and that's always a special treat for our guys. They love seeing those little fellas out there running around, and that'll be a special night, and we hope everybody can come out and watch that.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
All right.